tilt by also having some downside protection to make sure I'm not caught off guard by something silly, i.e. a 5 to 10% correction. That might just be nasty. It might be a nasty pullback. I don't know what the reason for it would be. Nobody does. But we'll see how reflexive the markets are. Okay, so let's take a look at gold and silver and Bitcoin. Gold right here, still very sideways. The 21 and 50-day moving average, some nice dynamic support. If we just end up going, to retest highs but coming back down, I like this level at like 32.50. I'd love to see a bit of a deeper pullback to like 31.50. So I'm going to take some bites at 32.50, 31.50, and 30.50 on gold to still stay long. I think gold at $4,000 an ounce is not impossible. I think that silver, to me, silver is still a better trade technically to get up to all-time highs, which are back in 2011 and 1980. If we have a spot price on silver that can hit those levels, that is a run of 25%. To me, measuring a 25% higher gold is kind of crazy because it's already at all-time highs and it's had a much better run. But silver has been playing catch up, and I think there's still plenty more to go in silver because it's not just a precious metal, but it's also a bit of more of an industrial. And I think that gives it more uses. So I'm hoping that poor man's gold here does pretty well. Bitcoin trading at 116. If you're willing to buy the dips, watch the dynamic support and all these moving averages. If we go to highs, I've got symmetry measured at 132. I've got Fibonacci extensions up in the 140s and 150s. Could be really encouraging. And I think this is an interesting momentum train that, after the Fed starts cutting rates and monetary policy kicks back in, I think Bitcoin and gold and silver still look very attractive. Individual stocks, let's go to MAGS and dollar index. MAGS is right back up to highs. A lot of this was led by Apple. Let's take a look at some of those Mag 7. So Apple has had one of the best weeks since 2020, which is insane. Apple finally, playing game, kissing the ring a little bit, and Apple's up one of the best weeks since 2020. You go to Amazon, fighting back and filling the gap in earnings. AVGO still poking all-time highs. Google getting back up to all-time highs. I'm actually surprised with Google up and Apple up and even Amazon that we didn't have more of a run into the S&P this week. Meta still hanging out with that little island gap from earnings. Microsoft has faded since the top here. That's a bit of an exhaustion gap, which I think is being interesting. I still like Microsoft as a buy on dip, but just where, maybe 500, maybe 470 or so. But I think Microsoft's still in the AI race, especially looking pretty favorable. Netflix, nice little bounce off the 100 period moving average. NVIDIA, overbought with divergence. My gosh, like technically this thing needs to pull back. I just want to dip to sell some more puts on NVIDIA. But we're probably going to have something to give this thing a break. We have earnings on this as well. One thing I could see is another exhaustion gap where we just do nothing